Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special bonus episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. Your eyes do not deceive you, it is in fact the legendary It Chapter 2 review, which has been in deep storage since September or October 2019, and now it's time for it to see the world. Well, with the inevitable end of the pod before too long, and with it being Halloween Eve, I thought there's no better time to put out the for some reason, legendary It Chapter 2 review than now. For those of you who've been listening, this is something that we recorded back in the day and for some reason just never put out. We've joked that it's because it's so terrible that it could never see the light of day. Having re-listened to it, it's pretty in line with what we do. It's a pretty normal episode. I think I honestly just never got around to editing it. Hope you enjoy it. It is what it is. It'll be fun. It'll be a little throwback. You can hear what our voices sounded like back in 2019 when we were full of hope and we were pre-pandemic and pre-college and a lot of stuff. Exciting times. So, happy Halloween. Hope you enjoy the It Chapter 2 review. Let's go. Spoilers for the movie, by the way. Putting this at the start. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 40th episode. 40th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. We made it. We're here.
I'm pretty sure Jack Black was 40 at one point.
What? You've derailed this epic celebration so quickly. I didn't even think that was possible.
Go on.
Wait, I want an explanation.
Just saying, I'm sure at one point Jack Black was 40 years old.
That's a repetition. That's not an explanation. Anyway, what do we do here? Here we talk about movies, TV shows, bunch of nonsense. Jack Black's age, apparently. And my name is Benedict. You probably know me better as BHL Hudson. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and Jack Black aficionado. Such a terrible one already. It's a great... I hope this is someone's first pod. It's just a taster of what we do. Because honestly, this is pretty accurate. Accurate summation of the pod.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Today,
you madman. You don't bring up that name.
Today, we're going to be talking about It Chapter 2.
What? Chapter 2?
Freddie made this exact joke before we started recording, and as soon as he did it, I knew he was going to do it when we were recording as well.
And it worked even better.
It did. We should have a laugh track. With that unfunny saddest thing. So, It 2. What 2? What did you think of It Chapter 2?
Honestly, I didn't really like it.
Me neither. Goodbye. End of friendship.
Definitely just put up a pod like that one time.
People would listen.
It was way too drawn out, I felt.
Yes.
It was almost 3 hours long.
Yes. It was incredibly long, and it was... Well, I had a lot of problems with it. One, just now that we're speaking about the runtime, did you also find that this movie was way too far up its own ass?
Describe that to me. Explain it.
Okay, well, when a mom and a dad... it was really pretentious, and it treated the first It movie like it was this cinematic classic that, everyone loves deeply. It reminded me of, the ending of Lord of the Rings or, Avengers Endgame or something, which are movies that have come after this, huge epic saga.
Yeah.
And then here, they're, all the different voices of all the characters, we made a promise, an oath, to believe in friendship, and I'm always a loser.
Yeah, can I just say, I don't get the loser thing. Why are they losers?
If you're a loser, you got nothing to lose, man. That's my Scooby impression. man.
Yeah, oh my god.
Just by the end, I was like...
We'll talk about the ending, about how that... Oh my god.
But, okay, I don't want to be unfair. I did enjoy quite a bit of it. I thought it was entertaining, most of it.
Hater... Best part of that
Hater
movie.
was very excellent.
The Hater was excellent.
Hater put in a tour de force performance. A tour de performance? Up top. Cinema critic. Right here. I thought it was very well shot, and I thought the cast was excellent.
Yeah, the grown-up cast was very good.
No one was bad in it, I don't think. They worked really well together. Yeah. Hater looks a lot like grown-up Stranger Things kid. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just in the glasses, actually. But the dude who plays grown-up... Eddie, Maybe
Yes,
he
yes,
he
yes.
didn't look exactly like him, but his mannerisms were exactly like. I thought that
Yeah.
was really good. McAvoy looks nothing like
No.
Kid McAvoy.
They just needed
Mac.
They just needed a Mac.
What do you think of the Mac, Strong Boy, Chastain love triangle?
Well, Chastain.
Not a fan?
No, I don't really like her. I don't like her the aura she gives off.
She brings a bad vibe to set. Not a fan. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but
I adore her.
I mean, I thought she was pretty good.
I thought Amy Adams would have been a better.
I do like Amy Adams, but wait, what else has Chastain been in? Because I actually can't think of anything else that I've seen her in.
Oh.
Her and Mac re-teaming. Well, she was not good at all in Dark Phoenix. She was good in Interstellar. Yeah, and she was good in she's good in things. Generally. Except for Dark Phoenix, which was horrendous. But, sorry, Mac. Actually, he was also in Glass, so 3 of your movies this year weren't very good, Mac.
Mac, bad year for you.
No, but I did find it fun because of the characters and cast. And, like,
Yeah.
it wasn't... The only reason why I was bored at points was because they did this thing in the middle where they... this decision boggles my mind, kind of, because they split them all up, which, horror movie cliche, whatever, but, like, it's plot point. But the fact they do that means every character has the exact same formula for the next, 40 minutes or whatever. They go to a place, they remember it when they were a kid, and Pennywise did a spooky thing, and then Pennywise does a spooky thing when they're an adult. And it happens in the same way where you think it's normal, and then someone turns around, they have, a gross face. And, that's it every time. And it, when it happens, 4 times, you know what's coming. So it's not scary or tense
It's not at all. But why is it that they lose their memory when they leave the town?
That's from the book, I guess. But, I guess it's because they have...
No, yeah,
such bad memories that they want to repress it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's just because that's annoying because it's almost the same thing that scares them, right?
Yeah, and it's it's always
as a kid. It's you already overcame this.
And I think also the ending was the same ending as the first film, just bigger and
and dumber,
less fun. Because the first film, Pennywise messes with them in that exact same location for a while. Then they realize if we're not scared of him, he can't hurt us, and they beat the shit out of him with sticks, and it's awesome. Then in this one, the exact same thing happens.
Should we just talk about? I find the ending so dumb.
And then they yell, and then roast him.
They roast
Pennywise.
Pennywise literally roasted to death.
Just
yelling at him
to death.
That's so dumb.
First of all, it's much less satisfying than seeing them beat him up.
I know.
And then
seeing
also,
him shrink like a raisin. It's the last thing I wanted to see.
Fair, I did quite enjoy just yelling at this mom. I was like, "You're a fucking clown!" And just being mean to him.
This little baby Pennywise.
I was really hoping someone would just kick his head in or something when he was tiny. That would have been way better than what did they do? They ripped his heart out or something.
They did, yeah.
Just beat him up. Beat up this annoying. I did in that finale. My favorite moment, maybe in the movie, is when when Hader is trying to distract the giant spider Pennywise, and he's like, "You idiot, you stupid bitch," and then he's in the middle about to do some epic speech, and then Pennywise does the deadlights thing, and Hader just goes I like the bass that comes in. That was a very good moment, but it's just also I think horror movies shouldn't okay, not as a rule, but generally speaking, horror movies and comedies, the longer they are, I think the less effective they can.
Okay, yeah.
It's easy to fall into because in a comedy, it's the laughs kind of dry up, and in the horror movie,
the horror kind of dries up.
Yeah,
and then
it's
when
not
you
as...
mix the two, it's just a terrible
it does
combo.
You're not shocked by stuff anymore by the end,
I know.
Especially when I thought, again, a lot of the scares just felt very repetitive to me, and also the perfect thing they could have done. Team them up in pairs of 2 or 3 when they go off on their little mission, because then it cuts down the runtime, it makes it less repetitive, and you get more character interaction, which was easily the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Have Mac and Hader team. I want a Mac and Hader team up. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't be against that either.
I will. There were some creepy scenes like Chastain the old woman.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pennywise and the Bleachers.
The Bleachers.
That's the spin-off movie. Pennywise goes to a baseball game. Remember when the little girl comes down chasing a thing, and he eats her or whatever?
Yeah. See, this is I think this might be because I don't watch a lot of horror movies myself, right? But whatever, because normally you don't see a lot of kid deaths in movies, right?
So it is more shocking.
So it is more shocking. So that, but
I wasn't sure if Mac was gonna
save the kid. Exactly. So I was like, oh.
But I did also think I thought the kid was gonna be a Pennywise projection, which also I wouldn't be surprised by if it was revealed in the end, because
he was so... Also, that annoyed me that Mac ran after the kid alone. Like, there's
yeah.
so many... That was such a horror cliche that, like, I feel like Mac wouldn't have done that.
Mac does not care about children. We already know this.
Mac hates kids. He shot himself as a kid in the head. Oh, did we say spoilers? Spoilers for It too. Whoops. All right. Spoilers for the movie, by the way. Putting this at the start. Okay. I mean, it was funny. Like,
Let's talk about Mac's bike.
yo, me and yo. Also, yeah. My friend who I saw this with, we were like, I don't know why, like, I think we're just stupid, but we were laughing, like, we were trying to be quiet, but it was, I don't know why it was so funny, the scene where Mac finds his amazing bicycle, because, first of all, he gets almost hit by a car, and he has the funniest reaction of all time. He's like, whoa, 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 and he, like, like, he just saw, like, a demon or something. Like, Mac, you've seen worse, it's just a car. And then he sees this bike, and he has, like, when he's riding his bicycle
There's
again...
some weird sexual interaction where he's like, and suddenly it breaks, he just looks down and smiles like, oh, you're a bit wobbly, aren't you? And then he just rides that thing all night long, as Mac does.
Some odd tension between Mac and the bike. I really enjoyed the Chinese restaurant scene, because, like, that was, like, all the characters being fun together, which is, like, what the movie does best. I thought, like, the scary parts of it were, fine, but, like, not...
What did you think of, the mullet man?
Mullet man. Oh, the bully man?
The bully man. The bully mullet man.
It felt like you were seeing sort of the bare bones of the script and not really the movie. Like, it was like, okay, we need a secondary villain to kind of go after the characters. Let's just, let's have this guy, chase after them for a little bit before he gets... Like, it didn't really feel like an organic...
No. And then...
Because it feels like, Pennywise could do all that stuff
himself.
Much better himself.
Why was he suddenly on Pennywise's side, this guy?
Because he was crazy. Because Pennywise... Remember last movie, he fell down a well or something?
Yeah.
So, like, I guess he was... I don't know. I did enjoy how weird the movie is, especially for something that's so mainstream, how, like they do this, like, ritual, and he's this, like, intergalactic alien and whatever. Like, I thought it was interesting how... Because it's not, like... It's not what I was expecting.
I did not like Mike in this.
You didn't like him? He's the guy from the Old Spice commercials.
Is he?
Yeah.
Really? I did not recognize him, but I didn't really like him in this. He was such a...
Annoying? He was
such an annoying.
He kept, like, getting them into...
Yeah, and also he was just there to, like, spew...
yeah, he wasn't much of a character, really.
No, he was just, like, there to, like, tell people what's going on, and then he, like, tricks them. And
yeah.
I don't get it.
This movie's too smart for me.
And yeah, as you say, it's weird, but I don't know. I found the whole ritual thing a bit over the top.
I did enjoy how, like, it did the moment in the ritual where the balloons start coming out of the pot or whatever, because, like, the whole ritual was like, okay, this is like a last hope, we can finally get rid of this, like, annoying, like, evil clown, whatever, and then, like, that giant balloon comes out, and I thought that was like an effective way of, because it goes from this sort of, like, not scientific, but, like, sort of sure solution to the problem to, like there's no more crazy stuff that's gonna happen, and, like, the stupidest, craziest thing happens, where a giant balloon comes out. Like, I thought that was pretty good. Again, though, the ending, like, I get that the plot point is that they don't remember what happened the first time, but as a movie, like, narratively speaking, it's boring and predictable if you do the exact same thing again.
I know, yeah.
Like,
I get that they want to be like, oh, tie things back to the first movie.
Yeah, but, like,
there's a scene where, in the very beginning, where the gay guy was, like, pushed over the bridge, right?
Yeah.
And then his boyfriend comes down, and they see each other across, and he's waving with his hand or whatever, like, across the bridge. Like, that's also in the first movie, basically.
Is it?
Yeah. Remember when... I forget who it is who sees it, but someone's by the bridge, and then not by the bridge, by the river. They look over and see Pennywise with a corpse in his hand, going like this.
Oh, yeah!
What movie are we talking about?
Where am I? yeah. Oh, I didn't even pick that at all.
What can I say? I'm a movie critic.
Top 10 Easter eggs in it too. But oh yeah, well it felt very. It felt kind of like, how Kingsman 2 treated the first movie, like, and, like, Kingsman, like, is one of my favorite movies. Like, I love that movie, but, like, it's not a classic. Like, it's not like, how they made, like, hundreds of references to the first film in Kingsman 2, where it's like, you remember this? You remember this line? And, like, I remember this line because I've seen that movie, like, more times than a person should. But, like, most people won't. And, like, you can't really, like, when they do it in Avengers Endgame, it's kind of like, okay, you've done 11 years, 20 movies, like, it's earned. Mm-hmm. Like, here, they did this, all these, like, references, and especially that ending, man, where it's like, we stand together strong in oath, hope, belief, I'm always a loser. Like I was like this, and they show this like cheesy montage of like all this. It's like in 50 Shades of Grey 3 where they show like a montage of the last 2 movies, and it's like it's only 2 movies.
Never
You
thought
don't
you'd use a Grey reference to
you don't
to
get
analyze
a
a movie.
montage. You know,
I know.
like
yeah.
it felt very.
The Hangover does that in one movie.
That's earned. Come on, Cooper. I don't know. I felt it got too, pretentious or like self-indulgent. At the end.
What did you think of the CGI?
I thought it was
de-aging. The de-aging.
Oh, that-
the de-aging.
the TJ. I thought it was all very good except for one. Like I didn't even notice that they did it except for one moment where Finn Wolfhard
Who's that?
He's the Stranger Things kid.
Okay.
Looked like real weird. Like it was in the synagogue in that flashback, and he looked weirdly like round and puffy. I was like, what the fuck is up with Finn Wolfhard? And then afterwards I read that like the DH them all, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because like I didn't notice with it anything else.
Like, well, okay, so I think I was kind of looking for it.
I wasn't
because I was thinking that I searched up before that the cast was returned, like the kids cast was returning. So it's like, okay, that'll look a bit weird, right? So that's kind of like looking for the de-aging, and once you look for it, it's I find it kind of very obvious, especially in their like around the eyes and the cheeks here, especially. That's where you could really see that. Like there wasn't a lot of motion there.
Yeah. If I ever do watch this again,
look for that,
which I won't. Yeah. But I thought I don't know. I didn't think like individually those sections when they go off on their own could be like pretty good, but because they happen one after the other and it's always the same thing, it gets sort of tiresome, you know? Mm-hmm. Like I enjoyed Hader being attacked by a giant Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, but who wouldn't enjoy Hader being attacked by anything?
Specifically giant Paul Bunyan. But like I don't know. I thought like I guess they can't do anything about it because it's the book and it's the first movie. I felt like there were too many characters, or like they didn't team them up enough. Like
no, yeah.
You can't, like, that's why it was so long.
Exactly what you said, where it was, you're a genius.
Thank you.
Where it's just a 10-minute sequence of one character going off. Yeah. And then it just cuts to the next one.
It just feels like they, like, okay, we have
like
30 minutes to fill.
Find their relics.
Yeah, but they could do that together, you know?
Exactly.
I would love to see Mac.
Power of Mac and Hader.
Yeah, I would love to see Hader trapped in that suit or whatever. Damn it. But, like, I did say the visual effects I didn't think were, some of the CGI wasn't great with the scares and stuff, like with some of the, like it looked kind of cartoonish, like haunted house-esque, and so I mean honestly a lot of the stuff is like a kind of, it's a plus for me like subjectively because I don't really like being scared by movies, so like the fact that this didn't really scare me, I'm like, hey, cool, but like the point was for it to scare me, you know? It's like objectively like looking at it more as like its intention, you know, people, like I've talked to quite a few people who saw this who do want to be scared, and they were like, yeah, it wasn't scary at all, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Like I wasn't scared by it, and I'm scared by everything. but I did, I don't know. Like I do think there were some very good effects, like the practical ones, like the part where she's drowning in blood in the bathroom stall. Like that looked pretty amazing because they actually did that. It's like the most amount of blood in a movie ever or something.
Oh, really?
And it was so like that was, but it wasn't scary. Like I don't know.
It was just gross.
I thought, like I did think the movie was more cool and interesting than it was scary, which I guess I prefer, but also that wasn't, like, I don't know, like, when Hader gets deadlighted, you know?
That was
like,
fun.
Like, that wasn't scary at all, but it was kind of cool, you know? Like, it was kind of epic to see Hader in that way. What'd you think of the Eddie death?
I thought that was okay. I liked Hader's reaction.
Yeah.
I like to see Hader suffer and cry.
But I think that was another, like, horror cliche where it was like, you know he's not dead. Like, are you an idiot? You know you didn't kill Pennywise yourself, Eddie. Come on, Eddie. Be real, Eddie. I don't... Yeah, but overall...
Like, I didn't expect him to die. Like, after he was like, oh, I did it, he's gonna die. But until that point, I didn't expect any of them to actually die. Yeah. So that came as a bit of a shock, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Well, I also... Because I felt like I'd had most of it... Like, I knew Stanley kills himself before the whole thing. Okay, let me say that.
Of course, that's sad. No, but he was a bit of a whiny character, wasn't he? But then the fact that happens, it's all good. It's okay. It's not all good, but I get why it's good for the story. Anyways. Yeah. But then at the end,
they like retcon it
when he becomes some sage who knew everything was gonna happen. Oh, you guys need to stick together and stuff. I was like, that is so
I
dumb.
think that was a weird retcon
Like
at the end, because
that guy was not wise at all.
the way like I interpreted it was like, because he kills himself because he's too like mentally, he just like can't deal with it, which like I think is an interesting, and like it actually like is kind of, you know, it's scary because like one of them is like just can't handle how like horrifying this is. But then at the end when he's like, I knew it would bring you all together and like you need to stand strong, believe in the oath, or whatever.
You need to stand thee strong.
He dabs in the letter.
He dies like so.
But like I felt that was so, like, you don't know that's gonna help. Like what if one of you killing yourselves like
Triggers
ruins any chance of ever stopping it? Like what if you needed exactly 7 people, or however many they are?
But 2 things.
Yes.
One, he couldn't remember it, right? So did he just...
I think like it triggered his memories faster than others or something.
Okay.
Which I mean it's confusing.
And 2, Beverly, aka Chastain,
yes.
aka the one I don't really like.
Yes.
She said she saw everyone's deaths happening.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I guess she only saw them like if they didn't stop it. Also, one more thing. Mac is a like decently happily married man.
Yeah.
He like, okay, Chastain, her husband's like a total asshole.
Yeah.
And like, okay, like, and I thought that was a little cheesy how she takes off the ring and puts it on that, like, but whatever. I get it. Like, okay, fine. But Mac is like, I think he had like an argument with his wife, but like, they didn't seem that
not
bad.
at all.
Like, I don't know.
He's like, I have to go back to town for a few days.
She's like, yeah, fuck you. And he's like, like, it's not like she hit him or whatever, like whatever happened with Chastain, you know, like, and then he
just cheats on her.
He gives Chastain a little kiss. Also, I enjoyed when what's his name? Ben? Is that the guy? The buff guy now?
Yeah.
They got an epic excuse to show his abs. We're like, oh no, Pennywise is carving something in my rock hard abs.
No, look at my 6-pack hurts.
And then they go away and he's like, oh, my 6-pack, it's still here. I mean, I don't know, like the whole like insulting him to death thing. I kind of like that because
no,
I would, but then that just makes me feel like I could survive any horror movie if like all I have to do is just shout insults at I could insult that fucking clown. In conclusion, It Chapter 2 was a bit of a letdown. I was quite looking forward to it. It has like a few decent scares. Most of it is not very scary, I would say.
Way too long.
I think it's way too long and a little bit too self-indulgent.
I didn't say this, but at maybe the 2-hour mark, it's like, okay, the movie's gonna end soon.
Yeah, and it goes for 45 more minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Especially at the end when then they're reading like I was like, okay, they finally killed it. It's done. And then he's like, hey, Stanley wrote this letter. I'm like, oh my god, why? And they go into this like Nike commercial of an ending where like it's like this cheesy music. It's like, we have hope in our belief or whatever. Ah. Yeah, I did think it was well shot and the cast was excellent, especially when they were together. Hader was great. Mac was pretty good. Skarsgård was great as Pennywise again.
Yeah, just not much of him.
Yeah, so I would give it a solid 6.8.
Okay, I'll give it a 5.
Whew.
Harsh critic. May I just say, both reviews today worse than Black Mass.
Also, you've just exposed that we recorded both the last 2 pods on the same day.
We're not slackers.
So, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson, YouTube, BHL Hudson. Send an email to the pod at bhlhudsonfits@gmail.com. Sorry, I'm a little congested. Sorry, I got a little tripped up.
You can find me at YouTube at FDK Gaming, Twitter FDK_DaltSniper, and Instagram FDalgard.
Also, I've fallen into your trap where I don't tweet anything anymore because like I've deleted Twitter, and so now we're both promoting a Twitter that who would have thought it'd come to this?
Hey, I always use my Twitter. What are you on about?
Got him. Got him hater style. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Wow.